ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Power Vacuum. I'm your host, Belmont. Xbox announced last year that they were going to start cloud gaming, as they originally called it. And this was going to be their way of, I guess, catching up with PlayStation's Stream Anywhere or Play Anywhere thing. I'm not sure the exact name of PlayStation. I haven't really tapped into mine in a while. But it seems they've made some moves lately. We got this article from Eurogamer. Xbox Stream Your Own Games to Console feature now available to all via Game Pass. Following months of Xbox Insider testing, all Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers can now stream a select number of their own games to Xbox Series X, S, or Xbox One consoles without needing to install them first. It's one of several features launching in April. Game Pass Ultimate, huh? I think the original plan was this was gonna be just an open thing, but it seems, they really want people to play Game Pass Ultimate, sign up for the subscription service to justify its existence. So, they gotta any new awesome features they have are gonna probably be run through Ultimate now. Microsoft first discussed giving Xbox players the ability to stream their own games back in 2019. God, was it that long ago? I thought it was only like 1 or 2 years ago they started talking about it. Time. But the feature suffered multiple delays. Yeah, COVID. It finally arrived last November, but was only available through a limited number of platforms, namely TVs and via browsers on supported devices such as tablets, smartphones, and MetaQuest headset. Of course it was. A month later, streaming to Xbox consoles was introduced to insider testing, and it's now available to everyone, provided they have an Xbox Pass Ultimate subscription at least. The feature's arrival means that all Ultimate members can now stream games outside of those included in the Game Pass library, but only if they appear on Microsoft's list of supported titles. At present, 100 plus games are compatible with the feature, and more are set to be added over time. Recent additions include Lost Records, Bloom and Rage Tape 2, Wander Stop, and Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrushed, with the full list available on the Xbox website. Epic Mickey was the only game I recognized from that lineup, but it's actually a damn good game. So, to begin using the feature, Game Pass Ultimate subscribers should fire up their console and navigate to My Game slash Apps full library owned games. All supported titles include a cloud badge on their game page, and streaming is started by selecting the game and choosing to play with cloud gaming option. It's also possible to begin streaming directly from the store app after purchasing a compatible game. Oh, see, now that's where they're gonna get people, where you can buy a game and start playing immediately through streaming as opposed to having to wait for a download. That was the beauty of the Xbox 360 when it first came out. Was it the 360? Yeah, I think when the 360 first came out, there were certain titles that were play from disc. You didn't have to install them. Late all the later titles were so large and compressed they had to be installed, but there were a few titles. I think I'm remembering it right. I know all the Xbox original games were that way. But yeah, I think it was the 360 because there were people making fun of God, what game was it? Oh, I can't remember what game it was. It might have been like a Devil May Cry or game like that where you had to install it. The joke was you could install it on your PC and play it in 10 minutes, or you could start to install it on your PlayStation, then go cook a casserole and then play it, or you could put the disc in your Xbox and play right now. It was one of like the selling points for the Xbox. It was like a joke going around at the time. I think the first time I read about it was like on Pancake or something. But being able to buy a game and then start playing right away is going to be a major upgrade for a lot of people, especially in like the ADD Adderall environment that we live in right now. Alongside owned, where is that right? Yeah, alongside owned game streaming, April's Xbox update brings a number of other improvements and additions to console. Xbox's free up space screen, for instance, now highlights duplicate copies of games and games that players no longer have access to, and Microsoft has introduced new game hubs to Xbox consoles too. Duplicate copies? What do they mean? Do they mean if you have a regular version of the game and then like a game of the year version, or oh, I'm not sure what they mean by that. I assume it has to do with having like Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year edition, which were considered two separate games, and you could max out the achievements in both. So basically play the same game twice, get all the achievements twice kind of thing. I wonder if that's what they're referring to. Or if does the Xbox let you download the same game multiple times? I didn't think you could, but I don't know. Additionally, Xbox Remote Play has seen changes. All right, what are we calling it? Okay, what are we calling this? I call it Xbox Cloud Gaming because that's what they originally called it when they released it. But the title of this article is like Stream Gaming, and now they're calling it Xbox Remote Play, which I believe that's what PlayStation's called. So there might be some copyright or trademark right issue there. I'm not sure if PlayStation has trademarked Remote Play or if they can. But come on, we need to pick a lane and stick with it. I hate calling the same thing five different things. It gets confusing. Where was I? The remote play has seen changes with Microsoft removing the feature from the Xbox app on mobile and instead requiring players to access it from their mobile device's browser, which the company insists will make it easier for our teams to optimize the streaming experience and build new features. The changes will also soon bring remote play to more devices, including Samsung Smart TVs, Amazon Fire TVs, and Meta Quest headset. So that's the real reason they're doing it. Is the app might not be available on smart TVs, so they want you to be able to access your browser. And plus, they don't want to dedicate multiple servers to having to control basically the same thing, but on different servers. And finally, Microsoft is updating its Xbox app on iOS and Android so players can buy games and add on content, join Game Pass, and redeem perks directly in app. Now that's cool. I don't know how many times I've opened the Xbox app thinking I could go to the store, only to be like, oh, no, I have to go to the Microsoft store. It's a totally separate thing. This is going to be helpful to people, especially if you can open the game, buy it on your app, like on your phone, and then as soon as you get home, just stream it and play it and not have to worry about downloading it. This could be like huge. This could be a huge improvement for Microsoft. This could be like the thing they need to bring them out of their funk of the mistake they made about not being able to afford an Xbox Series X, which Nintendo just made that mistake too, but I might save that for another video. The changes will initially be available to beta users before launching for everyone via the Google Play Store on Android devices and the Apple Store on iOS. More details can be found on Microsoft's blog page. Well, there you go. That's the end of the article. And yeah, this could be major. It could be major. We'll have to wait to see what people say about it. If it works properly, if it creates a whole like lag nightmare, if it streams well without having to do a lot of like loading and buffering. We're just gonna have to wait to find out. I'm more of a physical copy kind of guy, and when I do own digital copies, I do download them directly, just so I don't have to deal with the headache of constantly uninstalling or re-downloading stuff like that, which I do sometimes because I have a lot of games that are massive now, which that's what I really want them to work on. And that's what this could be the solution to. Save up your game space by streaming the game. Just, destroy your internet data. But if it's an efficient streaming service with, a lot of well, just efficient, that's it. If it's efficient in your data usage, it could be better than downloading the game, but again, we gotta wait and see. But that's all I have for this report. This is your host, Belmont, signing out.